Hey, welcome back to the show. Today's October 3rd, 2017. I don't know how I've forgotten, but Kodak and Girl skateboards have had a collaboration to kind of announce the Super 8 and a few more things, which I hope Kodak will be coming out soon with, because it's been 2 years ever since they announced their Super 8 camera. The Ektachrome would be back and such. So meanwhile, I think they've done this collaboration to kind of get people pumped. I left the link to Kodak.com. Do remember that Kodak is now different from Kodak Polaris. So Kodak is the one that's going to be producing the Super 8 camera and the Ektachrome film for Super 8 cameras and cinematography. And Kodak Polaris will be distributing and selling the Ektachrome in 35. In other news, German reseller Maco has started distributing Minox film, the spy little cameras that the James Bond sort of would use in their movies. And this is coming from Blue Moon Camera in the US. And if you have one of those spy cameras now, you can buy some of this film. It's not cheap. It's coming at 25 euros a roll. In Blue Moon, it's $20 a roll. So if you want some Portra 160, Portra 400, Ilford, I think Delta 100 and Delta 400, but I'm not sure, you can go check the link or either in Maco Direct or Blue Moon. There's also been an update on Intrepid Camera Co. on their 8x10 campaign, saying that they will probably ship in the next 2 weeks. So if you're waiting for your 8x10, you probably should be getting it in the mail anytime soon. Also from Kickstarter, we have the Lapbox update, which they've been having not problems with manufacturing the box, but they've had problems with the amount of support they got. So as the Kickstarter blew up and they funded over 600,000 euros, they've had to upscale the manufacturing and they've had to change the schedule. They'll be shipping, I think, around March 2018. They actually say that they postponed the date maybe a little further than it might be, just in case, so it can be reasonable and they don't have to continuously postpone it. So if you're a Lapbox supporter, just check out the update below. Also on Kickstarter, we have a Hawkeye35 Adapter. And if you guys have ever used a Hawkeye from Kodak, this is basically a 3D printed adapter to put on your Hawkeye and shoot 35. It also comes with like a reducing back, so it does the 35 frame, which is 24 by 36. And if you're interested in using one of these old Hawkeye cameras, you can support them now on Kickstarter. Also from Kickstarter, we have FilmLab app update, coming with an update for Android cameras. FilmLab app was the phone scanning app that would let you just put your phone on top of the negative and it would recognize the film and crop the image and so on. So if you supported them like I did, you can check the update there. I think it was mostly for Android phones, just in case. And a new camera that I announced a while back on the news, but now is a Kickstarter, is the K-Pan camera. The K-Pan camera is a 6x14 3D printed camera, but the difference is that this camera has at least what looks like a way better finish than the usual 3D printed stuff you see around. And the maker is now put it on Kickstarter. It's selling for around 300 euros. And it looks pretty good. I do know you get 15 frames per roll, which some other 3D printed 6x14 give you 14 frames. So if you're interested in supporting it, at least I can say it looks beautiful and very well thought of. Also, I talked about, I think last week or the week before, about a campaign called ResiBot for Instax backs for medium format. And they just updated their Facebook saying that they've changed their plans because Instax announced the square and they thought about a system to be able to do Instax wide and square on medium format, but they're still working on it. So if you're interested on shooting instant film and you can't find FP100C anymore, you now will check ResiBot to see what's going on. Also, something that I hadn't been aware of is the Stearman press made the SP445 tank, which is a 4x5 developing tank that requires very little chemistry and holds 4 sheets. And they've also come out with special contact paper cut for them from Foma. It's Fomalux 111. And it's specially cut so you can develop it inside their tank. So there's a video online where they show how you kind of make a room kind of dark, not all the way dark, because this paper has like 30 times less ISO than normal photography paper, and you can do contact prints in with a light bulb in your bathroom. So I think that's pretty interesting, making a darkroom without a darkroom and without an enlarger. For those people shooting 4x5, maybe supporters of Intrepid that want to be able to do something without having to invest on a 4x5 enlarger or similar. And also, I've announced a few weeks back that Ilford had problems with a distributor in the US going bankrupt from one day to the next. There's an update on, as always, the Silver Darkroom website on Facebook. And basically what they come to say as they found an immediate solution to directly supply the stores from Ilford while they find a suitable distributor to keep on doing what their old distributor used to do. So there shouldn't be a problem with Ilford products. They do leave a link or an email below so you can contact them if you have having problems to find supply. So just make sure you check that out, and I hope you can keep on finding Ilford products in the US. Well, that's all for this week. As always, if you have any extra information, send me an email to the email below. Thanks, and see you next week.